What's up, YouTube? It's Joe of Joe Ink and Iron. I'm here today with my knife and pen collection. I'm thinking this will be like a two-part video. First part, probably knives, second part, pens, and there's going to be some random EDC gear thrown in there as well. So I'm going to show you this chest. This is where I keep all my stuff. This is from Harbor Freight. It is, I wonder if I have dimensions. I do not. I'll get those for you later. Drop them in the description. Okay, we have moved around here to the front of the chest, and just to kick it off, I'm going to show you the knives that are in my pocket today. This is the Spyderco Man Bug. This was a sprint run. Sorry, it's dirty. Sprint run. Vitoku 2 and SUS 410 steel lamination. You can see the 410 on the outside there. Pretty cool. I did touch up the edge, but I haven't done a whole lot. Like, hit it on a 1200 grit ultrafine stone and stropped it a bit. And then so this is going in my watch pocket, or the fifth pocket, or the coin pocket, depending on who you are. That pocket is historically for a pocket watch, though, so I call it a watch pocket. I have my Manix 2 in S30V. God, I got this years ago. Probably 2012, 2013, something like that. I have brown micarta scales on here, as well as a titanium deep carry pocket clip from Casey Lynch. So yeah, if you've heard of Lynch clips, this is what they look like. I believe you can find them on Instagram pretty easily. And then I've got it zip tied so that I can wave the knife out of my pocket for fast deployment. It's just convenient. And this is my wallet. I'm not going to show you inside because, well, I've got important stuff in here. But it is a hard case. Alright, let's move these out of here and get started. So this bottom drawer is, let's call it good knives. Knives I enjoy carrying, and mostly folding knives, really. So let's go left to right. This is a Manix 2 XL, limited edition EDC forums, I believe. Let me see. Is that legible? edcforums.com, special edition. These are actually glow-in-the-dark handle scales. I do have it waved, but I honestly don't carry this that much. This is a Spyderco Factory Second, and you can see why. So these lanyard tubes are press fit, so that they actually flare out into the scales. They did this one, it looks like a little too hard, or the plastic just couldn't handle that type of load, and so it split. However, it is held together still, so I got it from the second sale. I think it was like 50 bucks, honestly. It wasn't that expensive, and it is really cool. Let me see if I can get a charge. Yeah. That's cool. See, I still find it fun, and I got this like, I don't know, 3 years ago. I just goof off with it. Alright, next knife here, Spyderco Resilience. This is a really big liner lock folder. Trying to think if I took this apart. I don't think I did. This is also Factory Second. I've waved it. And Factory Seconds, guys, just so you know, let me see if I can find the mark right here. Spyderco will put a small notch on the, well, if you're looking at it from the pivot, the right-hand side of the knife, right there. If you see this notch, that knife is not under Spyderco's warranty. It is one of their Factory Seconds. Don't pay full price for it. That's all I'm saying. Real big knife. Haven't carried it that much because I live in Colorado and it's not a legal carry size. 3.5 inches is basically where I top out. So a lot of the knives that I have and have carried are 3.5 or smaller. This is Kershaw, what the heck was this thing called? Let's see if it's on the blade. Yeah, Todd Rexford design. What are you called? Oh geez, I don't remember. Glass reinforced nylon handle, speed safe opening, which isn't the best. It definitely pushes the knife off center. Nice deep carry pocket clip though, like amazing. I stopped carrying this so much because it's kind of like flexible. I don't know. It looks better than it feels, I think. The stonewash finish is really nice. The handles are a really cool design. It's a good clip, but it's, I don't know. It's okay. I've kind of moved past stuff like this at this point in my collecting. You know, this is like a $30 knife. This is something I would have really gone for years ago, but I'm kind of, you know, I'm a little snootier now. So, this is the Kershaw Entropy. E-N-T-R-O-P-Y. Entropy. Why I couldn't remember in the moment, I have no idea. Great name for a knife, honestly. I wish it had been executed a little bit better. Speed safe is not really my thing. Keeping that in mind, well, let's keep going. This is Real Steel H6S1 folding knife. This is a Chinese design. My favorite thing about this is the G10 thumb studs. Like, I don't know why other companies haven't done it. 14C28N steel. Lianggang design. It does have, what do you call this? Not an over travel stop. This is a lock that keeps the frame lock engaged, sort of like Lion Steel's Roto Lock. I've actually batoned with this, with the lock engaged like that, and it's been fine. So it is, it's a pretty tough knife. G10 on one side, and I think this is steel on the other. They kind of give it a stonewash finish. Decent enough pocket clip. Lanyard hole for no reason. People just insist that there are lanyard holes on knives. I really don't ever use them. You can see the blade centering on this is off. It definitely rubs the scale. You can see the wear pattern on the knife. But yeah, I don't carry this one as much anymore. But I did for probably a few months, and it served me pretty well. So I'm gonna hang on to it. Boker Auto Kalashnikov. I think this is like the Kalashnikov Plus model or something like that. Slightly better aluminum handle. What is the blade steel on here? AUS-8. That's alright. It's got this cool like copper wash on it. Copper wash, copper deposition, something like that. Takes a decent edge. Pocket clip is kind of deep carry. It's close. This is a good knife. I got this knife when Colorado legalized autos. I think that was last year. Yeah. Autos and speed assisted knives were illegal for quite some time, which is why I stopped carrying this knife. I've had this one for years, and this is the SOG Aegis. SOG Aegis, the regular size. I believe there's a miniature version of this. It's a little dirty, but I carried this thing for years. Super lightweight, super deep carry pocket clip. I mean, it goes past the handle scale. It's crazy. This is also AUS-8, I think. Are you labeled? No, no label. That's, huh, I never noticed that. I believe it's AUS 8. Thumb stud, speed assisted, super slicey, super useful, everyday carry sort of knife. I think it's less than 3 grams, which is really impressive for a 3.5 inch blade. So yeah, I would recommend a SOG Aegis. I think they're actually doing a budget version of it now. This is a Paramilitary 2 in S110V steel. This is a factory second. I think we can, yep, see the notch. So I think I paid like $70 for this, as opposed to probably close to two or 300. More like 300, I bet. S110V blurple scales. Standard Spyderco clip and the compression lock, which if you don't have one, get yourself a Spyderco compression lock. It's super cool, and I don't have the muscle memory still to close this all the way. Yeah, I'm working on it. Just got that in November. This is Steel Will mini cut jack in D2 with the green FRN handles. This is a really good knife. I think MSRP on this is like $45. I got it on Amazon. There was like, every once in a while Amazon will screw up and like give items a super deep discount. So what would normally be a $45 knife, I actually got this for $19.95. I think plus like $2 or $3 shipping. I mean, it was an absolute steal, and I'm really glad to have it. You can see it's all smudged up because I actually carry it. All right, let's keep going. Already at got like 12-13 minutes. S110V Manix 2 lightweight version. Love this knife. This is also factory second. You can't tell because these zip tie mods are in the way. But yeah, the first couple days I had this knife, I actually got to use it to cut up an old chair. It was like a lazy boy style chair. It did chip a bit, but only because I hit like some staples. I wasn't exactly doing my due diligence to the knife. It's being a bit reckless. This is the Spyderco Yojimbo 2. This is a super tactical knife, but like, holy crap, can it slice? It is really good utility knife. Pretty heavy for the blade size. I think it's like 3.2 inches. Standard clip. This is a factory second, as we can see by the notch. It's a fantastic knife though, and they had dozens of these things out at Spyderco during the second sale. So yeah, I had my pick of the litter. I probably went through 10 or 15 of these and just picked a good one, and I've enjoyed it ever since. Alright, Spyderco Tenacious, this is factory second. So I think this guy was about $15. It was a really good deal. Blade centering, not bad. I mostly got this for like size comparison. I don't know how often I would carry this, given that it's 8CR, 13 MOV, the Wonder Steel. Now, that being said, this is a fantastic knife as a gift or like someone's first knife. 8CR 13 MOV will be forgiving to sharpen when you're first learning about knife maintenance and stuff like that. Even if you completely screw up the edge, I mean, you could fully repair it in like 30 or 40 minutes. Yeah, it's a really good beater, user, beginner sort of knife. So I think it's pretty good. This is the, well, let's work our way down to that one. Spyderco Chaparral CTX XHP, and this is the lightweight version. This knife absolutely disappears in a pocket. Could really use a sharpening choil. I may put one on there. I don't know if you noticed, but my Manix 2, I actually put one on. And I'm probably going to start doing that to more of my knives, because it helps. I am a hand sharpener. I'll probably do a video on that later if you guys want to see stuff like that. Spyderco Dragonfly 2 VG10. This was a sprint run in purple FRN. And that's really the reason I got the purple, is because it was unusual. It's pretty cool. I don't think it's too bright a purple. It's not like a periwinkle or anything like that. It's like a reasonable, good looking purple. And I'm down with that. The jimping on this blade is what sells it for me, like being able to pinch grip like that. This is the knife that I would wear, well, this, or this, all lightweight and all great for like putting in your shorts. Could even put them in an elastic waistband. I have done that before. This might seem unusual because it's not a Spyderco, but this is the Boker Plus Lancer, designed by Serge Panchenko. It is a front flipper. I am not the best at it, especially reaching around my tripod right now. There we go. S35 VN steel, I think. Yeah, there we go. Carbon fiber handles, stainless steel liner lock. Nice, like, stonewashed clip. Carries fairly deep. This is like, if I need to go to an event, something a little more formal, I might be reaching for this because it's super lightweight. This can't be much over 2 ounces. It's carbon fiber. It looks good. It's not huge. It's not like a big, gigantic, threatening knife. Like, let me see. Even next to like the Manix 2, this is a little more reasonable. So, yeah, it's I wouldn't call it dress pants carry. Maybe throw it in my my blazer or my coat or whatever. I have an Opinel. You know this as the classic French folding knife. Has a little rotating lock on it. I haven't carried this much, but it is really nice to use. I find myself using it around the house more than anything. It's sort of like if your butter knife could actually cut stuff, then, you know, you spread jelly, open packages. I could probably shave with it. I think I could probably sharpen it to that degree, though I have not tried. If you guys want to see that, you can of course drop me a comment, spam my inbox, and yeah, I'll make it happen. This is the number 8 size. Opinel. Things like 20 bucks. Thing of beauty. If you know what this is, you know how annoying this is. This is the Lightning out the front knife. It is about the cheapest and yet somehow most available double action out the front knife on the market. I think these are made in Asia somewhere. I want to say like Vietnam is like typically where they come out of, but I'm not totally sure. You can get them for 30 or 40 bucks. Probably more like 40 if they're new. If anyone's used it, I mean, I wouldn't pay more than 30 bucks for a used one of these. They're a novelty. It's not like... Can you see that moving? Yeah. It's not a sturdy knife. It's more for just the fun of it. Also, this is a chisel grind, which is really strange. I have sharpened it, but it's not that... Yeah, that's... well... It's grabbing hair. Oh, it is shaving a little bit. Good for you, Lightning. Make sure I got all my arm hair off there before I retract it. Gross. CRKT LCK. This is an absolute winner of a knife, and I would never have guessed. CRKT knives aren't really my thing. I don't understand why they try and make everything a budget version of like a design they worked really hard on. I think some of them need upgrades. However, as an entry level, like beginner knife or a really good addition to any collection, the CRKT LCK lightweight compact knife is the way to go. It's just simple, elegant, slender, super thin. Almost cut my finger there. I think you guys probably saw that. But yeah, I mean, it's tiny. Super tiny. What do we have for size comparison? Oh geez. Here we go. Here's the Spyderco Tenacious. Makes the Tenacious look gigantic. So if you need to reach past your knife in your pocket a lot and you don't need something that's gonna break the bank or take a lot of maintenance, this is the way to go. Phosphor bronze washers. Pretty decent action. It comes a little stiff, but it'll break in. Trust me, you'll be sitting here flipping this knife all day long. Good blade centering, super deep carry clip. It's nice. Just get it. You heard it here, folks. Just buy it. And then for those of you who work really hard, this is the way to go. Replaceable blade utility knife. This is the Gerber Exchange Blade, also known as the EAB. I have put this knife through absolute hell. I mean, you can see I'm wearing through the coating on there. Scratched the hell out of it. I didn't use this blade much, but I replaced it plenty of times. I was working at a chemical factory, so you've probably heard Nick Shabazz joke about, oh, working in the Vaseline factory. Well, I did something akin to that for about 10 months, and God, this thing came in handy. Alright, heard you guys like fixed blades. Now, this isn't strictly fixed blades. This is some cheap M-Tech knife. I got this for $7. Honestly, the best thing about it, you see this like steel, I don't know if it's an insert, it's like a tab on the liner lock, and it is the most comfortable locking mechanism to disengage I've ever felt on this piece of crap $7 knife. It's the world's most comfortable letter opener at this point. This is an honorary fixed blade. This is the Cold Steel Talwar. This is a fantastic knife. It's got Cold Steel's triad lock. It has this thumb plate, which you can actually wave the knife out of your pocket. It came with a sharpening choil. Spyderco. It is filthy because I use this knife heavily when I use this knife. This is the knife I bring if it's like, I think something's gonna go down. I used this at a job at a warehouse where we were taking copper piping out of the ceiling and using it to cut insulation, walls and stuff. So yeah, it's really grody, but it is a fantastic, highly useful, huge knife. You can see I've epoxied the G10 because it is way too grippy and will destroy your pants as it's coming in and out of your pocket. This is some random cheese knife. I think I got this at Goodwill. Smoky Hill Rotary Club. Sure. Little cleaver, and I sharpened the edge, though it's really not. It doesn't get sharp. I think we've all seen knives like that. This is a little credit card knife thing. I think my dad gave this to me. So, kind of sentimental value, if nothing else. It's not amazing. It doesn't exactly want to stay folded and closed and, you know, usable. But I like the concept. I think, oops, I have to engage this little, oh yeah, look at that safety feature. Get in there. Alright. This is a Schrade dagger. I don't remember the model number on this. Yeah, both sides are, well, both sides are what Schrade might call sharp. They're not what I would call sharp. I'd consider this like, I mean, look, come on guys, that's not sharp. This is more of a throwing knife style sharpening at this point. The tip, super sharp. Let me see if I can focus. Focus. I think that tip could put up with some abuse, so I might take this to the axe throwing range and see if they'll let me throw it, because I would like to throw it. It's got a nice grip, nice basic sheath to keep it protected. I think I could travel with it and do some damage to some logs. What else is in here? Kind of working our way up the ranks here in this drawer. So this is a USMC miniature replica knife. I got this from Blade HQ. Look at this amazing grind work right here, by the way. Just totally rides up on one side, like way too far. Like here they stopped short, and here they went like twice as far over. It's weird. This is sort of a letter opener. It's sort of a gimmick. This is just like a plastic hollow handle. I don't believe there's a tang running through here. The balance might suggest that there is, but I'm not sure. It was fun, and it was like a free add-on for one of my Blade HQ orders. What did I order? I think it was the Boker, the auto, and it came with this thing, and I was like, yeah, I'll take it, whatever. This is a sheath for trusty flashlight that you saw earlier. I think this is Ultrafire, but this is not an Ultrafire flashlight. This is Phoenix PD35 Tactical. Super bright, super handy, but not what this video is about. Becker, no, K-Bar BK9? Something like that. I think I acid washed off all the important information. So this was a black painted blade. I stripped the paint off, did an acid wash with a weird little patterned relief here. And I have sharpened it. It's not that sharp. The angle is too fat. I need to narrow it. A little bit of rust on there because it's no longer protected from rust. And I believe it is like 1095 steel, something like that. Bolted on some G10 handles. It's a super comfortable little neck knife. I don't use it as much as I should. Maybe I'll try a little bit more this summer. And then I got the Kydex sheath off of eBay. And I had to cut it, that's why it's all jagged. It went like this far, and it was impossible to get the knife out. So I had to modify it. And the seller did give me a refund, which was nice. But I ended up making the sheath work. So now I kind of feel like I might have scammed the guy a little bit, but I wasn't intending to. This is a new edition that I need to make a sheath for. Cast 440C. This is the Spyderco Serrata. And who designed this? Ackerman? Huh. Not sure. It is a factory second. Spyderco's factory seconds are typically aesthetically challenged knives. So basically they don't want the function to be hurt by whatever happened. So they are typically fully functioning. I believe this one was just scratched up. I wonder if I could hit an angle where you can see it. Come on. Yeah, there you go. See this sort of like wire brush kind of scratch pattern? I think that's what it was. Cast 440C, however, does scratch easily, so I don't know why this became a second knife. Like, I probably wouldn't have done it. So I paid like a third of its value for it. Well, actually, I didn't buy this one. I gave it to my friend Cody, who joined me at the sale. And I was like, hey man, I can't afford this knife and like the 10 other knives that I already had. So I gave him this, and then for my birthday, he gave it back to me. He and my friend Kendall. Love those guys. They're awesome. I make them sheaths and stuff whenever they need it in exchange. Try to be good to each other. Here you go. Here are the knives that I never carry, really. And let me explain why. So this was my first knife ever. Gerber Profile 2 folder. You can see I've scratched the crap out of it. I beat on the back with a rock at one point. I was 16 when I got this, so it saw some things. You can see how just filthy it is and the hardware recesses there. It's gross. I should really do a full teardown and properly clean it out. If you guys want to see that, let me know in the comments. Lockup, still surprisingly good. It has a little bit of up and down. You can hear that. Not sure what that's about, but the lockup is easily 100%, so I might have worn through it. The rubberized grip, however, totally intact. I mean, this knife is from 2006, and the grip is fine. I don't know how I didn't like just dissolve the grip area off. This knife was purchased solely to work at the chemical factory I was just talking about. You can see it's been acid washed unintentionally, probably caustic washed as well. What is this? This is Kershaw Emerson collaboration CQC 6, CQC 8, something like that. Super easy to take apart. Got standard hardware. It waves open out of the pocket. You got titanium and G10. And then, what steel is this? I think it's 440, something like that. Kind of a budget steel. But I didn't need it to be super sharp. I just needed it to put up with a bunch of crap. I really enjoyed the Tanto. As you can see, I don't own many Tantos. This is like the one Tanto that I have, and it was invaluable in getting stickers off of things. Because when your hands are dirty and slippery, it's just, you can't get, or if your nails are short, can't get under there. Really enjoyed cutting plastic and getting stickers off with this. I have not attempted to get the rust off. I mean, I never carried this outside of that factory job. So I just kind of have it now. Maybe I'll modify it. Who knows? It's on hand. This is a Gonzo. It's supposed to be a knockoff of a Lion Steel, but it's like not even close. Like maybe the silhouette. But it looks and feels nothing like that knife, in my opinion. And also it's like 20 bucks, so I think you know what you're getting. Glass breaker tip, deep carry pocket clip, but it's a beast. It's gotta be 5 ounces. It's huge. So I don't know, I got it for fun. Haven't really used it much. Maybe I'll give it away. If somebody wants this knife, Let me know in the comments. Let me know. Another Gonzo. This one just because it looked cool. Carbon fiber peel ply on there, so it's like G10 with a carbon fiber sticker on it, basically. You've got this like blue anodized hardware, which is cool. You have a sort of knockoff Benchmade axis lock, thumb studs, and then this is actually, the profile is a ProTech knife. The name escapes me for the ProTech, but if you look at ProTech knives and then you compare their knives to this one, you'll see what I mean. You will definitely find the knife right away that this is copying. Now, clearly it's labeled branded Gonzo, and they don't call it, you know, whatever the ProTech company calls theirs. So it's not a counterfeit, it's just a knockoff. Like 20 bucks, it's actually got a considerable amount of swag for the money. So that's why I got it. This one, my girlfriend got for me. I like this knife because it's completely over the top. I don't really carry it. As you can see, I've maybe worn it a couple of times, but Tac Force Speedster. Yeah, it is. It's got this like rainbow finish on everything that you could possibly rainbow finish. It's crazy. So you've got like the liner, the blade, the liner on the other side. This is a separate back spacer here, which comes to a flathead screwdriver tip. It's crazy. And it's speed assisted, so you can see it rocking my hand around. I don't know, it's fun. I don't ever carry it, but it is fun to look at and fondle. And I think this is a bottle opener. I haven't tried it. Maybe I should. This is Buck Vantage Select model. Limited edition, like paper stone finish. This was blue at one point. You are not seeing that incorrectly. It is like a muddy green color now. I carried the crap out of this. I batoned with it and I screwed it up. Sent it back to Buck, and they sharpened it and sent it back to me, and I was like, that didn't address any of the problems I was having. But then again, I abused the knife, so I don't know what I expected. You can hear it now. It's got a lot of slop in the lockup. It's my fault. I'm not gonna say it isn't. The action sucks now too. It did flip reliably at one point, but it's not there anymore and will never be there again. I wore down the internal pieces of the handle scales there, and that was the problem. And this Victorinox Classic, I think. Nail file, tiny blade, good old Victorinox scissors, tweezers, and a toothpick. Hey, toothpick is still in there. That's an accomplishment. If you've ever tried to carry one of these, try to hold on to that toothpick. You'll see how quickly they disappear. I almost forgot. I have knives in here. Let's, you know what? Taking the phone off the tripod. Here we go. Going rogue. Oop. See if I can open this properly. I have a couple more knives up here. So, sorry, move this stuff around. This is the Spyderco Lil Native S30V. I did regrind this and gave it a sharpening choil. This is a fantastic pocket knife. It, the like mini blade size with the compression lock is so fiddly. It's awesome. No jimping. I don't really miss it though. I have a Dragonfly anyway, so if I miss jimping, I can just squeeze that. This is Spyderco PM2. You saw my other one, but this one is starting to get the bling here. This is another Casey Lynch deep carry clip. This is an anodized titanium and a glow-in-the-dark backspacer, actually. Focus. Come on. Focus. Yeah, you all know what a PM2 is at this point. Let's get a little size comparison there. There you go. Another, wow, there we go. Let me just fail to do that like 6 times. This is the Maximet Manix 2. Yeah, this is a factory second. So this was 75 bucks, but for Maximet, are you kidding? It's amazing, and look at that stone-washed blade. Super cool. Love the finish. Smudges really badly, and is also quite dark. If we take a look at these two steels, I think you can see the Manix is like darker. I don't know if you can tell. But the last one in here, Spyderco Caribbean. This is a rust-proof knife. So anyway, Spyderco Caribbean. This is LC200N steel. It is rust-proof. You've got, I believe this is stainless steel hardware, LC200N liners, and then the pocket clip is titanium. So nothing on here actually corrodes in the presence of water or salt water, for that matter. Really cool knife, kind of large, but I kind of don't care, simply for the complete disregard that I can give it in terms of like maintenance and drying it off, and what I do with it doesn't matter. It's gonna be just fine. Really love this knife, and I got it for an absolute steal. This is a factory second. You can see the mark right there. However, this was a customer return. Essentially, this blade came with a tiny chip somewhere around here, and customer actually sent it back to Spyderco, probably for a replacement, but this one got sort of taken off of Spyderco's warranty and sold as a factory second, and it was 40 bucks. Oh my god. As you can tell, I really like getting a good deal on a knife, if that's not obvious from all my factory seconds from Spyderco. But holy crap, 40 bucks. I mean, this thing's worth like, what, $250 easy. Super cool. It does look very weird, super weird. I may dye the G10 handles just because this isn't under warranty anyway, and that means I can do what I want with it. But you can see how big it is. Yeah, pretty big. Comparable size to that, and I still have this in the box because I think I will probably give this to someone as a gift, but this is the Spyderco Autonomy 2 automatic knife, also in LC200N steel. Very strong spring tension on there. It does have a safety, so you can't fire it. I don't really use the safety that much. I don't think you're gonna accidentally fire this. It takes some direct pressure. Super cool. Yeah, might be gifting that to someone, because I don't know if I'll carry this all the time. But it's another large knife. Yeah, pretty much the same size as the Caribbean. Part 2 will be the pen collection. So if you're also into fountain pens, everyday carry pens, please join me for that one as well. If not, I'll see you on the next knife vid. another cut, because I forgot to say, follow me on Instagram, at Joe Ink&Iron. If you have anything to say to me, I'll catch you in the comments, and I'll see you on the next video.